Alright folks, welcome back to Everyday South Texan. Today I'm going to see if I can add some bracing from this shelf here on the back down to here, down to this shelf here. It can be a little start a little triangle, and then I'm going to add a shelf from here to here so I can put a TV up here on top. Normally I would mount a TV on a wall, but I'd have to fur it out and then add plywood or fur out the brackets, and I don't want to have to do that to this center block wall here, so I'm just gonna add a shelf in between these two shelves. But to do that I need to make these two shelves a little more sturdy because that's a long span. I don't want to have a whole lot of weight in the middle and potentially something falling. So that's what we're gonna do today. Stay tuned, let's see what we can get into. Alright folks, so what I'm going to use to brace this up on the back side is just a 1x4. I got a local hardware store. And I'm going to drill through this little metal, put a quarter 20 bolt, and bolt it up. So let's see what we get. Alright guys, so you can see I've got from there to there is what's gonna brace that up, and I'm probably not even gonna cut this off. That way I can put a shelf on top here, and if I need to, that'll be a backstop to whatever. But I'm gonna drill a hole through here and drill a hole through here and put a couple of quarter 20 bolts and hold that on there, and I'm gonna do the same thing down there. I'm gonna drill a couple holes, put a couple quarter 20 bolts, and hold that on there. So, all right, folks, we'll drill these holes right here. Let's see what we can do. Alright, so I just punched a couple of pilot holes in. Now I'm gonna step the bit up to a bigger bit. I'm gonna go 1/4 inch. Alright folks, I got it drilled out. Now I'm gonna just bolt it up real quick. I'm gonna use some flat washers on the back side so I don't eat up this wood. You're gonna get a ring. put that first one on, so I don't need this anymore. Alright guys, that's done there. Whoop. Those two are bolted in. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to cut that little tab off on the top. This guy up here. Because I still need to put a shelf here. I need to cut some plywood to put a shelf. And that'd be a good stop. See, I've got some things on this shelf over here. A little battery tender. And if I push everything all the way back, it could fall off. So I don't mind having a little stop there. So what I'm gonna do is drill that guy down there, bolt it up, and then start looking at what I need to do to put this shelf on. So let's see what here I'm gonna use my knee pad here. Shout out to Corpus Christi Electric. My buddies out there, always keeping us supplied with electrical supplies. If you need anything, go hit them up. They got it going on. So that little metal piece right there, a little bit bent out. I gotta bend it in because the chuck on my drill is hitting it, making a lot of noise. I don't like that. Plus, I can't. It's making me drill at an angle instead of straight through. So hang on. All right, guys. I've got them bolted up. Show you real quick. Bolted right there. Can't really see through there, but bolted there. I've got the flat washer, and just to know on the other side, I don't need to put a lock washer. It's not going to be moving a lot. I don't have to worry about things like that. So I got those two bolted down there. Now what I need to do is I'm going to get a measuring tape and make sure my distance right here is the same on this one as it is on this one from the wall, so that way I'm as square as I possibly can be. Yeah, it would be a lot better if I could push this all the way to the wall. It'll be a lot more stable, but because I've got this bin right here, and then I've got things that are wider than the shelf itself, like this little Predator generator. Maybe one day I'll make a video on that guy. Decent little generator in a pinch if you need something for emergency situations. Got a lot of Harbor Freight tools here. Got a cutout tool, polisher, sawzall, grinder, skill saw there. They all work really good. Everyone who says, oh, dog's on, oh look, I've got a heat gun down here too. Everyone who hates Harbor Freight, I've never had a problem with it. Fans from Harbor Freight, kicks ass, blows really good. It gets hot in here during summer, keeps me cool. Alright, so now we're going to push everything back, see where things go. Those clamps are from Harbor Freight too, that one right there. So adjusted both shelves, to the wall, 3 3/4 off the wall, and that's all 4 posts. So we're gonna leave that like that and push everything back, and let's see what it looks like. Also, I got my buddy here. Hey, Tobe. Hi. How you doing, buddy? My buddy always hanging out with me. See how it's gonna be. And just right about right here where this light is, the brace is gonna go for the shelf on top. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Stick around. Alright folks, here's an update on what I've got going on so far. I've got that back cross brace going on. Got that bolted up, 2 bolts down there, 2 bolts up here. And then I went ahead and cut these 2 here. And I've got 1 bolt here. I actually had bought 1 1/4 bolts, which work fine when you're going from the inside out. But I decided to put these on the inside of the frame, and so the 1 1/4 don't reach. Well, I was able to get them to reach back here and back here, but I wasn't able to get them to reach up here. But I luckily had some 3 inchers here, and I'm gonna cut those off with the Sawzall tomorrow. But I'm out of bolts, so I still need to drill a hole for the bottom here, and then this hole is drilled on the top here. I'm gonna remove this clamp, but I'm gonna go and buy some 1 1/2 bolts tomorrow morning, so I can, because I'm out of long bolts. So I'm gonna buy 1 1/2 for that one down there, that one over there on top, when I drill this hole here. And when I bolt this one up, this is gonna be 1 1/2 also. And then I'll put a top on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go from the inside and then leave a lip on the on the top here. I think I'm gonna put some members going across from here, some 1x4s on the inside here, and then lay a piece of plywood on top, and then screw that down, and then this will be all one flat piece. I don't know if I'm gonna make it like a tray on the inside or not. I haven't figured that part out yet, but everything seems to be going all right. Sturdy enough as it is. I may put another piece going from down there to connect to that member over there, and just so I've got a little extra support on that bottom piece. You know, the more triangles you got, the sturdier it is. So we'll see what comes about it tomorrow. Thanks for sticking around this long, and we'll see what happens. Peace. Welcome back to Everyday South Texan. Here we are the next day. Got a mock-up going on. I still need to add the 2 bolts, one there and one there, and then add my cross member from down here up here, and there's my other helper. So we're gonna get that going today and get bolted up and knocked out. But I just wanted to mock it up and see what it was gonna look like with my TV up there. It's gonna be pretty good. I had this scrap piece of plywood laying around, so it's gonna sit there. It's a little wide. I'm gonna trim it down so it sits nice and flush. Still decide if I want to sit on top or sit on the inside, but we'll figure that out as we go. So stick around. Okay guys, so I was able to get those in, but because they're carriage bolts, I didn't want the shoulder of that bolt coming through the wood, so I put the shoulder on this side. So I've got a fender washer. Let's see, a fender washer, 1/4 inch washer on there, and then the nut to hold on to that wood. I had to do the same thing on this side. And then what I'm gonna do is cut this guy off here with a Sawzall. I may flip it around just so it'll look cleaner. So you see the caps. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip it over so you see the caps of those. And then I may not cut, but I'm probably gonna cut it first before I flip it. That way it's held. So I'm gonna take this plywood off.
those cut off. Shoulder washer, feather washer. Alright, so that one's over. This one also. Here we go, flip over. Look clear.
I like it. Now, just gonna go here, flat, against this brace, and then I'm gonna put another piece on the back side and sister them together. That's the plan. Alright guys, so I got the frame up. Got my brackets going across. I'm gonna set it on the inside. So I got one there, and the plywood is gonna sit inside and it's gonna have a little lip on the inside. So what I did is 9 5/8. Got 9 5/8 right here. Got my little clamp here so I can draw my straight edge. Draw a straight line, and then we're gonna cut it. Okay folks, here's the final reveal of the shelf. Everything sits down nice and neat. I had some LEDs left over from another project, so I just went ahead and backlit it. Everything, it goes back in its place. When the TV's on, you don't have all that glare from the light. But thanks for sticking around for this little build. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And stay tuned for more shenanigans with Everyday South Texan. Later.